We're living in the golden age of athlete-generated content. People are leaning into receiving their content in a different way. If I want to hear about basketball, I want to hear it from Shaquille O'Neal, not respectfully, not Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, I do it big, big, big. I'm coming to win. I do it big, big, big. Say it again. I do it big, big, big. I'm coming to win. I do it big, big, big. Say it again. I do it big. I do it big, big, big. Say it again. I do it big.
What is up? What is good? Another edition of the Big Podcast. This one is special. It is dropping on Shaq's 52nd birthday. Big fella, I love you with all of my heart. Happy birthday. It is not just me. I have a few friends that want to wish you happy birthday.
Hey Shaq, it's your girl Kiki, and yes, I do love you. Happy birthday to you. Sending you all the love in the world, and I know you're gonna have an amazing day because you're an amazing person and you deserve it. Keep being the icon we all know and love you to be.
Shaquille O'Neal, happy birthday, brother. I got a present for you, and I'll bring it to you in Atlanta, and it's better than this. Happy birthday, Shaq.
Shaq D, what's happening, Papa? Happy birthday. It's great to see you out there. It's great to see that you're still growing. I don't mean physically, although you're probably still growing physically, but you're still growing spiritually, expanding your knowledge and still gaining understanding and depth, just getting better with age. That's a beautiful thing to see, and I hope we get to spend some more time together in these coming years as we both age like fine wine. All right, brother man. Boom!
Happy birthday, Big Diesel. This your boy, Bill Bellamy in the building. Happy 52, dog. Who knew that the years would go by this fast? More importantly, bro, you're doing big things. You got the rings. You're doing big things. And we love you. You know you ride for the city all day, every day.
Shaq, what's up? This is Gary Owen. Happy 52nd birthday. Yeah, short and sweet, baby.
Hey, man, love and respect, man, all right? Happy birthday. Want you to enjoy it. You mean so much to so many, man. Thank you so much for all the game you done gave and the example that you made, all right? In a minute.
Big, what up? It's Maul. Just want to say happy birthday, bro. Everybody knows you're one of the best players to ever play. You're one of the best businessmen. You're one of the best entertainers to ever do it. But more than anything, the person you are is the best quality about you. You do 1/1000th that people even know about. You always care for people. That's the best thing about your heart. And I appreciate you. I appreciate your brotherhood. I appreciate your friendship. You always do everything for everybody else, but hopefully today you're surrounded by loved ones and you're doing exactly what you want to do. Love you, bro.
Boom, shaka-laka-laka, happy birthday. You're still a young man. Shaquille, ooh. Make good use of your time. Happy birthday, babe, bro.
So for myself, producer Shane, and the entire Playmaker family, Shaq, happy birthday. We love you, bro.
What is up? What is good? How you living? How you feeling? How you doing? It is the only podcast that makes you go, damn, that podcast is big. It is the Big Podcast with Dr. Shaquille O'Neal, who decided to come downstairs in sweatpants.
These are pajamas.
Pajama pants.
Get it right.
Do you actually sleep in pajamas?
No, I don't sleep in anything.
Buck naked?
No, not buck naked. I sleep in an underwear and t-shirt.
Okay.
Do me a favor.
Now you know everybody.
Do me a favor. Don't ever ask another man what he sleeps in. Trust me on that.
Well, we're going to have Cam Newton later, and I'm going to ask Cam Newton now, just to spite you, what do you wear to sleep? I'm naked. All right, so we got Cam coming up. Really excited to talk to him. Our buddy, though, Jason Kelce, who we talked to at the Super Bowl, officially putting it in. He's retired. As an Eagles fan, this makes me insanely sad. As a friend of him, I feel really proud. But it was interesting, your comments telling him about going off to retirement.
I don't like to use the D word, but when I stopped playing, I was doing what I've never done before, talking to neighbors. And again, I had another year in Boston, but I had the injury, so I didn't have any deals or anything, so I'm just at my house. I usually wake up at 10 to go to practice. I wake up at 10 and be like, oh, I don't have nothing to do today. Yeah. So I'd go to, I was actually looking for people to go, hey, check, because I didn't have it. So
most of the guys
I've talked to have said something similar, and I think Chris Long said it really well, which is when you're playing, you're like this. With you're winning the highest of highs, you're losing the lowest lows in your emotions, and the way you're riding it are like this and this and this, right? And then once you're done playing, you're like this, flat right? line. And it feels weird, and it takes a while to get used to that. My advice to you is if you are going to retire, yes, accept it. Enjoy your family, brother. Thank you. I made a lot of dumb mistakes to where I lost my family and I didn't have anybody. That's not the case for you, so enjoy your beautiful wife, enjoy your beautiful kids, and never dwell on what we had. Yeah. What we had is what we got. You got the ring. People know who you are. Enjoy it. Because again, I was an idiot, and I've talked about it a long time. Lost my whole family. Spent a 100,000 square foot house by myself.
Again, went viral, and I feel like you probably had people hitting you up asking if you were okay after those.
Yeah, people ask me okay, but before you do that, I'm gonna leave him a message while we're on the podcast.
Okay.
Jason, want to say, 1, I knew you was gonna do it. 2, my brother, great career. Love you, love your family. Welcome to my life. Let me tell you what my life consists of. Nothing. Wake up, go outside, pick up that paper. I know you've never done that before. Oh, you know what? You have your wife fix your plate. Make your own plate. Wash your own dishes. You take out the garbage now. Welcome to my life, buddy. You have converted yourself into a regular man. And Superman, too, when he went back to the North, South Pole and gave his powers up, that's what you have just done. Congratulations, brother. I love you. And remember what I said. Enjoy your beautiful wife and enjoy your family.
You knew he was going to retire?
I know everything, brother. I can tell.
What was it, like his eyes or the way he was talking?
His eyes. Like, when you interact with people, you have to realize, like, when you ask a question, if a person looks to the left, that's the imaginative side of your brain. So it's not they're going to tell a lie, but they're, looking for time. You're going to retire? And he's corporate. He's smart.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't know. I have to talk to my, give, the corporate, but I knew.
So look to the left is a lie. Is look to the right the truth?
I didn't say it's not a lie. I said you're looking to the imaginative.
So you're making things up.
I didn't say that. I'm not. You know what?
Dude.
I'm making my announcement here.
It's not a deposition.
No. I'm making my announcement here. I am making preparations to get my master's in sports psychology. I will, in the next 3 years, be the foremost expert when it comes to sports psychology. So I read that, but I don't want to, act like it's affirmative yet because I don't have that title behind it. But I'm telling you now, I'm making preparations to go to school to get my master's.
You have to go to LSU if you're going to get more degrees, or can you go anywhere?
No, I can go. I can go anywhere.
Harvard?
If I want to go to Harvard, I can go to Harvard. But I'm like, I want to be. Solidified when I say something. I want people to understand.
So that when someone talks on TNT, you can be like, I know exactly what they're thinking.
I know exactly what they're doing. And now when I say something as a sports psychologist, you can't be like, I'm hating. Be like, no. I'm educated in this field. That's right, master's. And I might get my doctorate in it too. I don't know yet. Today's episode is brought to you by Morgan&Morgan. As the NBA's most dominant big man of all time, I'm living proof that size matters. And the same should go for your law firm. Morgan&Morgan is America's largest injury law firm with over 100 offices nationwide and more than 1,000 lawyers. If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan&Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/thebig or dial pound law. That's pound 529 from your cell phone. Again, that's forthepeople.com/big or pound law pound 529 from your cell. This is a paid advertisement.
So going back, though, that video where you were like, listen, love your family, all that stuff, you had people hitting you up, checking on you after that.
Yeah, they thought I was lonely.
And you're like, no, that was 20 years ago.
No, I'm still lonely, but you have to. Let me rephrase that. I'm never lonely.
I was going to say you got Kenny here, you got the fam here.
That's what I'm saying. So like I'm a guy that works first. So working takes up most of my day, and then I have to check on the family and check on the kids. That takes up another, and then it's work, and then it's a hookah break. But I never complain because my motto is it could be worse. It could always be worse. So I'm programmed not to complain about anything. So, but yeah, I have people check up on me, but yeah, I'm fine. But a lot of times you sit back and what if? It's 3 what ifs that will never go away. What if I'd have called my sister 2 minutes before she passed away and said, I love you? What if I could have dropped my ego and been like, Cole, what you doing, my boy? And what if I'd have did the right thing when I was supposed to do the right thing as a married man? Those will never go away. I don't care what happens. They'll never go away.
There's a fourth.
What's the fourth?
If you dressed like an adult and didn't wear pajamas on the podcast today. Weirdo, bro. So what you said, though, to him on that message was, you're a regular man now.
Yeah.
What people like me don't understand, will never understand, is athletes have two lives.
No, we
the
do
life
not.
as an athlete, where your whole life you are Shaquille O'Neal basketball player, and then suddenly
you're wrong.
Regular man.
You're wrong. We have one life. When we play, we're programmed. So for us, wake up at 8, get on the highway, practice at 10, 11, practice 2-3 hours, come
Trainer,
home.
Food.
I never did all that.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
like
yeah,
all that's fake. So after practice, rest of the day to yourself. Business, party, whatever, boom, boom, boom. Game day, wake up at 8, shoot around at 10, come back, take a nap, leave at 5, go to the game. Travel day, night before, get your clothes, look at your schedule, 5-6 games, outfits, boom, this, parties, this. So it's doing that. So now when you retire, all that stops. So unless you have other business, because like when I left the game, it was a year too early because I had a 2-year deal with Boston. So I had a career-ending injury, so I didn't have things set up yet. So for 6 months, I was just at the house not doing anything. And I would like wake up and be like, damn, I ain't got nowhere to go. And then I would do stuff I'd never done. I'd go outside and be like, is this the paper?
Yeah.
Is that my neighbor? Crowfoot. Croy, what's up, my boy? What you doing today? Oh, Shaq, we taking a boat out. Oh, damn, I don't have a boat. Kenny, get me a boat. So now I'm on the lake just looking at people. I'm like, Kenny, you got some rods? Man, we ain't never fished before. Go to the sports store. I was just doing stuff I never did.
What was the first executive business thing that you did after you retired?
So the first thing I did was I came home because I had to make a decision. Okay, you got 1 year left. Do you honor that? I want to pass it Will Chamberlain so I can say I'm the most dominant big man ever. But damn, you're not Shaq anymore. You're playing with guys, 3 guys that are ahead of you. You're averaging single digits. People, you don't want to go out like that. Let me think about it. And I think about it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to retire. And then I invited all the TV stations because the finals were in Miami.
We're going to tap into Shaq's big business brain. This is from one of our favorite ads, ZipRecruiter. They're great. What was the first business that Shaq started after retiring from the NBA?
The first business I started after retiring from the NBA? Well, Shaq doesn't really start businesses. Shaq is the master of joint ventures. Like I always give this example. I want to do a podcast. Do I go get some cameras, call some people? Nope. Who's the hottest producer? Shane, what's up? What's the network I can go with? Playmakers, joint venture, boom, bam, bam. Because it's all about delegation with me. Like, you know, my brain is not focused enough. It can be, but it's not focused enough for me to handle all the intricacies by myself. The first business I had was a shoe company, the Shaq brand. But I know nothing about shoes. So what do? I do a JV with Reebok. You know everything about shoes and all the things that I need to know. My emblem goes here. This is the price point. This is where I want them. How much am I getting? What are my royalty fees? You know, like that. So that's how I've never really started a business from scratch. I've always did joint ventures because it's easier. And then the only thing you have to worry about is what's on the piece of paper, rather than worrying about shoe factories in China and where they get the material from and who's working there. Make sure they ain't got no kid like you. I don't want no parts of that. Well, I get with a company that's already doing that, and boom, bam. And I learned that. I learned that from the Dummies Guide of Starting Your Own Business. They talk about sole proprietorship, joint ventureship. They talk about the different forms of business, and I was like, how can I play basketball but still do all this stuff?
So it all comes down to the right people. And where can you find the right people?
ZipRecruiter, baby. In the game of basketball, winning teams are made up of the right players doing what they do best. The same applies if you're running a business. To be successful, you need the right people in the right positions. That's why I count on ZipRecruiter to help me hire. They are a game changer. ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology finds people with all the right skills and experience for all your roles, so you get qualified candidates fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. You don't believe me? You don't believe Adam? See for yourself. Go to this exclusive web address and try ZipRecruiter for free. ZipRecruiter.com/BIG. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/BIG. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Were you going to sign with ESPN at all? Was that like a chance?
No, it wasn't a chance. So I wasn't thinking about TV because remember, I still had a year left on my deal.
Gotcha.
So luckily the finals were in Miami, and I was going to go down there, but my father was very ill at the time, so I put out a nice invitation, and I had a big gym like this in Orlando. I said, hey, I'm doing my retirement thingy. Well, actually, I did it on Twitter first because I had friends all over, and I didn't want to give anybody the LeBron
scoop.
Yeah, the scoop. So I put it out on Twitter, and then I said, hey, I'm doing an event at my house. I had food, and then I did the press conference at my house. And then ESPN came, Skipper came and said, hey, we want to talk to you. And Tara and TNT came and said, I wanted to talk to you. And I told my agent, I was like, see what they're talking about. And I looked at that number, and I was like,
to talk on TV.
Yeah, I was like, I have a job.
Yeah.
But I'm professional. I don't like to pit people against each other. I realize ESPN is very, very corporate. I have ADHD, ADDD.
You do.
Probably wouldn't work up there. TNT is a little bit more loose. I said I'm going to go with TNT. And plus, it was in Atlanta.
Yes.
I'm familiar with the city. Been living here 30 years. I wasn't comfortable with going to Connecticut.
All right, we now have a segment sponsored by The General, the #1 place where if you ever get any form of insurance, you're going to feel like a better person. You're going to be happier. And remember, Shaq has The General. Be like Shaq. Most likely to break out. Young players in the NBA that you think in the second half of the season can take that jump. I have 3 names here. Paolo Banchero, just named first-time All-Star for the Orlando Magic. Orlando looking like they could be a playoff team. Anthony Edwards, Minnesota Timberwolves. People are saying he could be a future face of the NBA. On our Tuesday show, Candace is always talking about how he moves like Michael Jordan, and Jamal Crawford gets very upset. And then Tyrese Halliburton, he was sort of the face of the NBA in the first half of the year. Indiana shocked people in the in-season tournament. Indiana looking to make a run. Paolo and Tyrese, do you think any of them can make the leap?
Well, being as professional as you are, I thought you was going to give me 3. You only gave me 2.
Which one of those doesn't count?
Paolo.
Paolo doesn't count?
Yeah, because you got to understand, when you say jump, my jump is different than your jump. When I say jump, it's pew,
superstar.
Pew.
So you're saying
Star
Paolo
Trek.
can go from really good player to star.
Yes.
But Ant and Tyrese could go from star to superstar.
Nope, I didn't say Ant Tyrese. I think Ant is close. But, Ant's the guy. He's right there. Tyrese, because nobody's really looking at him, he can hit that Star Trek button. He can hit that. Like, we already got eyes on that. Ant, we know who you are.
Right.
You're a mini superstar. We know who you are. Tyrese, you forgot a name. SGA. Who's leading.
Top 2 in MVP voting, in MVP odds right now.
And guess what? If you look at a guy like him and Luka, guys that play at their own pace, what if they up the pace a little bit? It's not going to slow them down. It's only going. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
SGA is. But every time you speed him up, he takes off. So for me, it would be Trey. Trey. I always say Trey. Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah.
SGA. And I got to go with Victor. This episode of the Big Podcast is brought to you by The General. And you know Shaq loves The General. Before the league and all my championship rings, The General was there for me when I needed them the most. They gave me my big break on insurance. The General has been offering quality coverage for 60 years with low rates and flexible payment options to keep you covered. If you're ready for your big break, you know what to do. Visit thegeneral.com today to get a quote. That's thegeneral.com to get a quote today. And it wouldn't be the Big Podcast without The General.
It is now time to welcome into the Shahuka Studios a man that has dominated in every single level of his life. In college, Heisman. In the NFL, MVP. And now in media, a rising star that can do whatever the hell he wants. A game changer that didn't need the tush-push to rush for 75 touchdowns. He is a master of memes, a sultan of style, a confidence that if you question it, he will look you in the face and say, "Is you dumb?" Let's give it up for the NFL Superman, Cam Newton, up in the house.
SEC legend. However, did you guys ever beat LSU?
Did we?
No, you did.
Flawless in Auburn.
Yeah, I don't think they lost a game.
No.
You sure about that?
I think so. I would.
Who'd you play against when you was in college?
One of the best defenses that LSU actually had.
No, give me a name.
They had Marcus Claiborne.
Oh, yeah.
They had a young Honey Badger,
Yeah,
Patrick Peterson, strong D-line, linebacker core, everything.
I got a question. I'm a hat guy.
Yes, sir.
You the only cat I see rock hats like that. Where the hell you get them from?
It's my hat line.
CamNewtonHats.com?
No, Meshika, Meshika.
So you wouldn't mind if I rock some of those hats with
Man, I would just need your size. If you give me your size, and I'll send them.
Yeah, you rolled into TNT.
Shahuka.
you? Yeah,
You dig what I'm saying?
I appreciate that. Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery takes the stress out of meal planning and sets you up for success in 2024. Skip the grocery stores, prep work, and cooking fatigue. Instead, get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. With over 35 meals to choose from per week, including options like keto, calorie smart, vegan and veggie, and more. Plus over 55 weekly add-ons. You'll have a ton of nutritious and flavorful options. Forget frantic lunch preps and rush dinners. Factor's 2-minute meals are your secret weapon this year. Fuel up fast with restaurant-quality meals, all delivered right to your door. So skip the overpriced takeout trap. Factor is cheaper and way more delicious than takeout. Get chef-crafted, restaurant-quality meals delivered right to your door. They're ready to heat and eat in just 2 minutes, which means more time for you. Factor also has cold-pressed juices, smoothies, energy bites, extra protein, veggie sides, and more to keep you energized during frantic times. So head to factormeals.com/BigFactor50 and use code BigFactor50 to get 50% off. That's code BigFactor50 at factormeals.com/BigFactor50 to get 50% off. So how you been, brother? Everything good?
Man, everything good, man. Everything good. I have to say this. You know what I'm saying? This dude more plugged than Barack Obama. Like, not a lot of people have a presence, or it's like, Shaq was here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's here right now. And then like you can't see him or touch him. It's like, bro, I'm me. Like, no. You got to go through this person, then go through that person, then you got to go through that person.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, he's a person for you. I want to give you your flowers that give guys like me hope. Like the authenticity that you bring, the measure of just staying organic to who you are, bro. Being in movies, whether movies or making music and still dominating at a high level, bro. Like, thank you for empowering me to be me. Thank you, bro.
I appreciate that. And it's probably like our 6th or 7th time meeting.
Yes, sir.
You've always been very hospitable to me. We know mutual people, and they all say you're a nice guy. I want to ask you this question. Why, when I look at clips of you at your little football camps, kids feel they could talk to you any type of way?
It's the access. Access. Like when you, and just to give you context, right? So anybody who knows me know I'm a product of my environment. Born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. What you saw was those are grown men. Those weren't kids. So that narrative was familiar coaching, you know, and it got chippy. For me, that's not the first time that happens, and honestly, knowing my world, that probably won't be the last. I think looking back at it, yeah, people see like, yeah, Cam standing on business. Yeah, Cam had bobby pins in his head. You know, those are all funny things. But when I look at it, it's like, man, it could have got ugly on both sides. Because I'm the type of person, when I feel triggered, I react. It's not, come on, Shaq, let's go get him. Come on, let's go. I'm not that person. You say something to me, and I go. I don't think, and that's the issue. And that's where my whole support was kind of caught off guard, because we were talking, something was said, and then it was like, hey, where you going? I'm going to use the restroom. So, and then, but that's just how I rock and roll, you know what I'm saying? But I just have to be better, and I want to use this as an example for athletes, entertainers, people of influence, guys like your son, because they know the Shadurs of the world, the Brownies of the world, you know what I'm saying, that is high, like a target to people where you just want to chill out with your friends. You may want to be at In-N-Out Burger. You want to go to Chick-fil-A. You want to just go to a hookah lounge. You just want to hang out. Somebody going to say something triggering to you, and it just takes one time. And ugly, because I could be in jail. Somebody filing a lawsuit.
Who knows what happens?
You know what I'm saying? They could have, been prepared. We in Atlanta.
We're next to a gate. What happens if someone goes over that gate?
Trying to tell you.
Yeah. But you were even talking about just like clips of kids in the past.
Yeah, I saw one where some kid was y'all was just going back and forth. You never said to yourself, kid, you're not going to disrespect me. Get out my camp. I'm going to show you how to respect a person like me. Get out my camp. I mean, because I had that happen to me one time. A kid was talking grease. I was like, my man, you got to get out. I paid my money. I don't care. You got to get out. Like, you just, because it's a pecking order thing. Like, you Cam Newton.
Yeah.
You're legend in this game. So if I'm a kid, I'm like this when you're talking, especially if I'm a black kid who want to be quarterback. I'm like this, but, like you said, we product of our environment. We used to going back and forth, but you don't talk to a Cam like that. You don't talk to a Shaq like that at his camp. Like, have you ever said, hey, kid, get out?
No, I say it like this. I never started, I always finish it. You know what I'm saying? I got my president here. I got, head of digital here. Like, I joke with them all the time. I will always tell them, like, I got my PhD in talking. I grew up with a very masculine house where brothers and cousins and playing basketball, playing football. Like, you just go around, and using talking as a tactic, and I can talk it in the church. I can talk it in the streets or whatever. But for kids, we living in a time where instead of seeing a Shaq and saying, oh my God, this Shaq, we see these kids now say, oh, that's Shaq, I'm going to try it and I'm going to go viral for it. You see what I'm saying? And that's just where we are. And it's not that that's an issue, bless you. It's not that it's an issue. It's more or less like, I just got to go down to their level to bring them up. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, bro, because there's been many times that somebody tried me, and when I match their energy, then they play the victim.
Exactly. I saw that one too.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, nah, bro, like, I giving you what you want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just recently seen
mirroring your energy.
That's all I'm trying to do. I don't start it, I just finish it. I just recently seen something with Kevin Durant. I don't know what was said about the fan.
There was a white guy and a white lady. She walked in. I guess they called him the B word, which is like the ultimate insult in basketball.
Yeah.
And then when he turned around, they were like, oh, no, we got a podcast. And he was like, get the out of my face.
Yeah. But
I think you're right. Access. People take it for granted.
Yeah. And even to that point, it was more familiarity than people gave it. These are people who I knew. They was a part of my program at one particular point. They started their own, and it was what it was. And it's hard for me to believe. It just comes off as disingenuous of banter going back and forth. But it's like I don't mention it, and everybody gets the same Cam. It's not like it's just Shaq and oh my God. It's like, no, everybody gonna get the same version of me. You feel me? So.
And I want to say thank you because I could tell you're old school. The other side, doing interviews and tweeting and talking about it, you haven't said one word, so I appreciate you. Us asking questions, you giving us your own answer. I appreciate that. So
For sure.
we're gonna get off that subject.
Yeah, but I think it's needed, because I mean, I'm a vessel, man, that I don't want to be the person. It's easy for us to say, I need to go back to the hood. I'm straight. I'm good. But the reality of it all is when I was coming up in Atlanta, there was nobody that I could touch. There was nobody that I could talk to. Nothing. Michael Vick was at his height when I was in middle school.
Right.
And if Michael Vick would have came to College Park, I'm talking about when Michael Vick was doing AirTran commercials in the Southwest.
Michael Vick experience
like
commercials.
that.
Yeah.
Man, I spent my last book fair money to get a poster, and I didn't eat for a week. I was stealing food just to buy a Michael Vick poster. But I say all that to say it's like I know what I mean to my community. And no matter where I go, I can't stop, and I can't get discouraged because something don't go my way. For that one issue that people see go viral, I got hundreds of positivity things that I done and people I've impacted, rent that I've paid, things that I've given away that will always remain anonymous to the degree because I don't do it for the likes. I don't do it for, it's just, man, my purpose on earth is just to give back. And
I always wondered, how did Cam Newton never play for the Falcons? I've always wondered that.
Arthur know how to get in contact with me. He just haven't.
Yeah. Because that man, being from here and playing for that team.
Yeah.
I just always thought Atlanta Falcons could be like the NFL Mecca. All the players want to be here in the offseason.
Sure.
Atlanta's a great city. Stadium's great. I never understood it.
Yeah.
Do you miss it? You miss playing?
I was having this conversation with my girl the other day. And I will always miss it. And I think I gotta be real. I think the thing that I miss, like competitive sports, was an outlet. And I say this respectfully, of like rage, you know what I'm saying? Boy, you know what I mean? Like you could do that in sports, you know what I'm saying? When you in here in Shahuka,
right?
That's gonna start a fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, but on a court or on a field, that's just like the fuck off me. The fuck is wrong with you, little boy? You know what I mean? Like that. It's just in real world, like you don't have these outlets to talk to somebody. So yeah, I play tennis now. You know what I'm saying? I go to my son's basketball games and I love it. But those raging outlets you don't have, and that anxiety of like, yo, I gotta get myself in that. This the last go round until like I really gotta switch in, 5 a.m. workouts. It's like eating meal prep. Like, nah, bro, like everybody holding you accountable. Like, hey, bro, they saying that they better than you. Like those things you miss. But it's always been something that I've always was prepared for this day being away from the game. I don't think I gave myself enough credit to accept not having that feeling. You're down, going through that tunnel, and not only that, as you know, it's just a camaraderie, the locker room. You got that one player on your team that he may not be good on the court or on the field, but you just love being around. He gonna have the tea. He gonna have the green tea, the chamomile, and the Earl Grey today. You know what I'm saying? He just knows how to get everybody, going. And after a big win, that team playing, going home, you know what I'm saying? Like those link ups from family, the Thanksgivings, the birthday trips, the off seasons and Lincoln, you miss that. So, yeah, I mean,
I didn't miss it because the Shaq that people remember was 35, 15, 9. When I started getting older, like when I was playing Boston, I was averaging single digits. It just didn't feel right. I feel like I was cheating the system. All that other stuff you mentioned, I definitely missed that. But when I started getting older and would have to before I get a dunk, it just wasn't the same.
That was a pump fake, right?
Yeah, it was a pump fake.
I wasn't.
So pause.
Yeah.
Mine don't look like that. Mine just.
but too, like I know exactly how you feel, and that's really why I don't even want to go back though. I do, but I don't. I do because if it's a great opportunity, but I'm at peace with myself because I gave football everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't want to see Newton on multiple jerseys. I didn't even want to see Newton on the Patriots jersey, to be honest with you. I just would have thought that they would have did me better. But it's like, nah, I got something to prove, right? Love that whole experience. You know, Bill Belichick is a legend. And I downplayed his presence. I downplayed, you know, the Patriot way. That was just an experience that I still hold dear and true to my world of business, let alone anything else.
No doubt.
That Patriot organization is ran like a fine old business. Everybody's on the same page, and it's all about winning. You know, whatever you need. Do you need gold upholsteries and this? Is it going to help us win? Get 10 of them. You know what I'm saying? Smoking cigar, is that going to help you win?
Yeah.
Get 20.
So did Bill understand, because your personality always popped when you played, the Superman in the end zone, all that stuff, but everyone assumes the Patriots stripped that away from you. But it seemed like that motivated you. Did they embrace okay, we need you to be you. We need you to let it all out.
Yeah. It was one practice in particular. Bill pulled me aside and he was like, yo, hey, I want you to be Cam. I say, that mean? He's like, you know, let it go, all right? Just be you. It's okay. We brought you here to be you.
Yeah.
And this is a person who coached Lawrence Taylor. This is a person who coached Randy Moss, Tom Brady, Julian Edelman, Rob Gronkowski. All these are big personalities. These ain't no, yes, sir, coach. Like, these are people, obviously, that has to be respected by not only the players, but the coaches. Like, their whole thought process is different. And, he allowed his players to be them. And that's what I appreciated the most. So
when you look in college and in the NFL, not so much NFL, but who's the next Cam Newton?
Don't do that.
I'm going to do it because people always do it to me.
For sure.
And I respect you as a legend for how you played and what you did. Like, people have different definitions of legend, but where we come from, you definitely a legend. So
yeah.
I know you don't want me to ask you, but I'm going to ask you. Who's the next Cam Newton? C.J. Stroud?
We play different.
That's physically, there's no one like you.
I didn't say physically.
You see what I'm saying? Like, we got so many similarities because it's like, you know, the hack-a-shack.
Right.
I go back and I say, man, it was penalties that I never got.
Ever.
I was going to ask you, like, what is the downside of being dominant? The blowback of being big, where, like, I feel like you both were like, oh, they could handle it.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
It's like, come on. Like, there was a rule, or there still is the rule, I don't know if they changed it or not, it's discretionary to the referee.
Of whether or not it's
you know what I'm saying? It's one of those situations that it's like, bro, that's a foul. I don't care if it's 32, 34, 24, 8, 23, 9, 10 other players get the same thing, but one of them don't get that foul.
How do you guys not get upset about that?
Who said you don't?
It's a good point.
You know what I'm saying?
I was trying to win. I was trying to shut people the up. Because, you know, especially when I first got to L.A., we kept getting swept. And you know how it is when you don't win. People start to say, oh, he's great, but is he really great? So I'm like, you know what, let me suck it up and just let me get one. But then after I got one, I said, oh, you can't get two. Like, then you still talking? Then after I get two, you can't get three. And if they get 3, I get traded. You can't get 4. Then if they get 4, then the age start getting it. See, I told you. Shaq ain't. He ain't Superman no more. The other cat's like it's just, for guys like us, it's just never ending. But I think it motivated us to be who we are. Definitely motivated me. But you think you're slick? You answered my question. Who the next Cam? You thought I forgot about that question?
No. But I got a question for you though. Nah, but I don't think that it is. And even for coaches, let's take the Patriot experience. There are still times where I was like, yo, y'all got to let me be. I feel comfortable with the ball in my hands. Some guys need that. Bruh, give me the ball. I feel comfortable, whether running or putting it in my hands. I'm not the quarterback that hands off for first down, hands off for second down. Now I got to throw on third down. No, I'm the quarterback that runs on first down, runs on second down, and can throw or run again on third down. That's how I stay engaged in the game. That's like Pop Warner. It's like one of those players. It's like, give it to Cam. Give it to him again. Give it to him to the left side. They ain't going to never think this one coming. We're going to give it to him on the right side this time.
Right.
You see, like I was that player. So it never changed when I got to the next level or the next level. And that's how I just felt like I was just involved in the game. And if I didn't have the ball in my hand or allow other players to get involved, that kind of distanced me from that. But I would say Josh Allen, and Lamar is just in the class of his own. I mean, I put Lamar and Vick kind of in that same type of realm. But other than that, that's probably the only person. I got a question for you, though, Shaq.
Yes.
Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did. You always do, brother.
It's a 2-part.
Before you go, you sure you don't want to save it for your podcast?
Oh, listen. One thing about me, I do my homework.
Got it. All right, I got you.
Hey, I'll give you this one.
All right, cool. Let's do it.
I'll give you this one.
Let's do it.
I think
the
two.
Jab, the hook's coming later.
No, like for sure. Like I'm a person who I study my opponent. And that's not in a derogatory way. That's just how I prepare.
Yeah,
right?
In the arena.
So for you, 2 parts. What age, time, team was Shaq personally feeling like can't nobody with me? That's one. And number 2, what was your most perfect game?
All right, let me go with the number 2 first. My most perfect game was the birthday game where it hit 61 points. But it wasn't supposed to be perfect because I don't know if you had a ritual, but I always had a ritual. So my ritual, wake up at 8, go to shoot around at 10, come home 12, sleep from 12 to 4, take the same route, get to the game. But it's my birthday. We in L.A., so you already know. And we playing the bump Clippers. I'm partying tonight. The ritual, I'm out meeting with club owners, meeting with drink distributors. I'm setting the party up, so I didn't really get no rest. So I get home at 3, take a shower. I got to get back on the road, so I'm tired. So the Clippers, they come out, they smoking us. So now everybody looking at me to play. And then before that, I asked them 20 tickets, and they charged me. Because Staples Center was my like when I asked for tickets, I want tickets. But they charged me. So now I was already mad about that. Now we losing to everybody looking at me. And my Uncle Jerome, who sat by the bench, he smacked me in the head and said, you got to go today. So now I'm playing. And I didn't realize Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was assistant coach.
For the Clippers.
Yeah, I never knew he was over there. So one time I get it and I look back, I'm like, that's Kareem, but he got his head down. I was like, well, you ain't gonna
watch me.
Yeah, you ain't gonna look at me, Kareem. So I shoot a little sky hook and go and crowd go crazy. He put his head down. So then during the timeouts, I'm like, this ain't even look at me. So then I think it was Michael Alakawande. Kareem was telling him how to stop me. Like, keep doing like that. I said, I told him, I said, hey, don't nobody shoot and give me the ball. I don't give what Phil Jackson say, give me the ball. So I just kept going, and my free throws was hitting. I got my little elbow in. I was shooting at the free throws.
It's not a little elbow, by the way. Massive.
That's that. I felt like I was Shaq. Early on in Orlando, I knew I could compete. You know, we had a segment where I said when I first met Jordan, I was terrified. Because, like, you know how you talked about that Michael Vick poster? I had the Jordan poster. So when we went to Chicago and that came out and he did a move and it was perfect, I was like, damn. And the crowd was going crazy. So then he come one time and he shoot, and I almost blocked him. I was like, oh, this is human. So that kind of calmed down. But I was also terrified of Patrick Ewing. Put your hand out. So we go to the Knicks. No, give me a fist. We go to the Knicks. I'm from Jersey, so we got the whole family there, and I'm kind of nervous before the game. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I ain't going to be scared. So I was like, hey, Mr. Ewing, nice to meet you. Shut the up, rookie, I'm going to bust you. Now the try to punk me. I'm like, so I look at my uncle, I was like,
oh, yeah.
So when I did pretty good against Patrick, I knew I could play. So then I landed. But then when I got to L.A. and we was getting swept, I still had doubts. But then when Phil came, he said, hey, man, I'm only here because of you. I was like, what you mean because of me? He said, hey, I'm only here because of you. I know if you do it, I tell you we can win. I said, okay, what's the first thing you need to do? You need to stop rapping and doing commercials. I was like, Phil, you with the money, dog. He's like, hey, man, if you do that, we'll win. So I always knew I could play and compete, but I knew I was Shaq when I got to L.A. and when Phil came and solidified it. Because I always tell people, if you get a coach with a great resume, the players will always respect them.
Yeah.
Because I played for a lot of coaches in timeouts down by one.
Nervous.
And then, you know, just don't get done. But when
Phil's
I played
cool, calm, collected.
Phil was cool. So when I played for Phil and Pat, I knew that, you know, we had a chance to win.
There are so many correlations between you two. It's wild. Phil and Bill, the stature on the court. This is coming out later, but we are recording this on Leap Day, February 29th. I don't know if you know this. That is supposedly the birthday of Superman, February 29th.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You were Superman. You were Superman.
And why you like Superman? You want me to go first?
Yes, sir.
So when the movie first came out, first time in the movie theater, and I seen it run faster than the train. That's the only thing I remember. In Jersey, I lived by the train yard. So one day that train was coming, and I took off, and then I probably was way ahead of the train. I probably way. But I took off and I wouldn't catch up, but then I just pew, and then I crossed that. I was like, oh, I'm Superman. That's why I like Superman.
All from the train.
All from the train, because he outran the train, I outran the train, and I was since 4 or 5 years old. Why you like Superman?
It was self-important. I liked the dinosaur more so. When I was in college, Auburn, Trooper Taylor, we was playing Kentucky. And rest in peace, he was like, we're playing the Lakers, we're going to get that Kobe. The Cavaliers, we're giving that to LeBron. Auburn Tigers, we're going to get that to Cam Newton. You were a dinosaur. You were extinct. You would never be duplicated again. And I thought that one was going to stick, but it didn't. Then when I got to the league, they just said Superman because he does a lot. Then I was like, well, what about Dwight Howard? You know what I'm saying? What about Shaq?
Ooh.
God, why would you say that? This interview is going so well.
Oh, there's beef?
No, ain't no beef.
No, it's just, you know.
See, that's the thing about media. Like, you got to give the people what they want to hear. So
you did that on purpose?
I didn't. I was still telling my story.
He said Dwight.
I know.
Superman.
I was still telling my story though.
Yeah, no. Sorry.
And if you really know Superman, his father name is my middle name, Jarrell. Yeah. So I was like, yo, it was meant to be. But
I did love his celebration though.
Oh yeah, it was
opening up.
Yeah.
I want to ask both of you.
Yeah.
Because both of you, when you played, you owned sports media, and now you're in sports media. What is it like from your guys' perspective, what we have going on right now?
What people don't understand, like I throw this word out because they need to understand, G14 classification. So if you were great, like a Shaq and a Cam, we have G14 classification.
To say whatever you want.
Yes, because we've been there and we've done that
you know
on
the
high
emotions.
levels.
You know the
Since high school, college, and the pros, we've been there and done that. So when we say something, don't always take it personal. Don't always take it personal. Like, he knows how it is to be a pressured quarterback at the Super Bowl. He knows all that, so he's allowed to speak on that. But a lot of times when he speaks, people get sensitive. A lot of times when I speak, people get sensitive. But you need to understand G14 classification. Now, there's a lot of dudes who have no G14 classification, like Mad Dog. Like, what the do you know about quarterback? What do you know about being a bit like, so shut the up, Mad Dog. Stick to the traditional media. When it comes to sports, you don't know what the you're talking about. I do. See all this writing in the wall? That's me. All he did, that's him. So that's what these players and these people need to understand. We have G14 classification. I can show my badge and have a meeting with the President of the United States because I have G14 classification. That's what y'all need to understand, period. And all you fans, y'all don't know what we know. You don't. You can't watch TV and see some and think you know what we know. You can't do it. It'll never happen.
Yeah, that is true. I think we're living in the golden age of athlete-generated content more than any other time in sports. People tune in to podcasts. This is a podcast epidemic, damn near. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got you get a podcast, you get a podcast. But the truth of the matter is people are leaning into receiving their content in a different way, digesting it in a different way. If I want to hear about basketball, I want to hear it from Shaquille O'Neal, not respectfully, not Stephen A. Smith. And Stephen A. is a good guy. But it's like, who are you comparing apples to apples, or, you know what I'm saying? Where, yeah, am I a fan of Scott Van Pelt? Am I a fan of, the rest in peace to Stuart Scott? Yeah. Do I want to suppress their road to that? No, by no means. But if you're talking about real emotions, real preparations, real feelings, real experiences, you're going straight to the source. And I think the thing that I've marveled that he's done an excellent job of doing that, I'm just now getting out. You always see Shaq. I went to Office Depot.
Ink. Selling ink.
Bro, listen to me. I'm going down, I'm from Atlanta now, 10th Street. Georgia's 1-800 Shaq. Papa John's.
Yeah.
He's always positioned himself to stay relevant. And my fear was, I don't really want to oversaturate myself. And that ain't where I'm from. It's just like, bro, you want to be the mystique. You want to be the mysterious person, not the person that's always everywhere. But now it's like, yo, I go from a situation, the hunted, where offers come left and right. Like, yo, hey, you know Shaq? Yeah, you know Cam? Like, let's blah, blah, blah. Like, let's get him here. Let's give him an offer. Give him equity. Da, da, da. Now I'm the hunter. Not so relevant on the field, but still trying to generate as much buzz as possible. Now you got to go to these meetings. Now you got to go to these different brands and say, hey, I want you to be a presenting sponsor for my podcast. Yeah, but why? What are your numbers? What does the analytics say? So I also had a fear of going to a major network because I felt like I was going to be muzzled. You know, like when
I don't think people need to go to networks as much anymore.
No, I literally have been viral for good reasons and bad reasons over the span of 3 months than any other athlete.
Yeah.
From the game manager, the game changer, to Charleston White,
to Pac-Man kissing you.
Listen to a squabble.
Yeah.
A squabble. Like, it's like, yo, but that's the thing. And through it all, I want to give people perspective and say, like, yo, let me tell you how I feel about it. Because in the 90s, in the early, really 2000s, athletes you had agents for that. You had publicists for that. You had this. And I'm not the person who wants to be perfect. I want somebody to learn from me and say, like, damn, he fucked up right there. I got to get better.
I never heard nobody say that, but that's how I think. Like I tell my people all the time, image is reality. Don't try to create no image from it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So, did we just become best friends?
Yep.
Do karate in the garage.
Yeah, okay.
One last thing I wanted to get to.
Yeah.
The NBA, unlike any other sport,
Yeah.
has turned fashion. the walk to the arena has turned into a runway.
That ain't no fashion. Cut it out.
I have a few friends in the fashion industry, and they say that what you just said, we don't have a lot of stylish NBA players. We have a lot of NBA players with stylists. There are a few that I want to give credit to. Like, I think Jordan Clarkson has his own unique style to him. Shaq shaking his head. You have always been someone that has not just like lit the way, but really paved your own way in that world. What is your view of the NBA style vibe that's happening right now?
I've said this in the past, but I think about if you have a stylist, and no disrespect to no stylist, it's almost like a rapper having a ghostwriter, right? But the great stylists, they lean into what their client likes. It's too many guys that look alike. It's too many styles that just mimic each other. And really, this when I came into the league at around 2011, I just remember watching LeBron, you know, like, boom, he was, you know,
the suit with the shorts and all that.
It's just a lot of different opportunities to be solved with fashion. As athletes, you're not able to express what you really like. Like, I didn't know Shaq liked hookah. I didn't know Shaq liked to be a DJ. I didn't know Shaq knew how to act. Like, you have to go out on these things and you have to show, like, this is what I really like. Some guys like art. Some guys like fashion. Some guys like bacon. Some guys like, you know, really, you know, zenned out, you know, different stuff. So for me, I was like, yo, fashion for me is a form of expression. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like the NBA in some way had it figured out because they will highlight the walk up. You know, next on NBA tonight, like, boom, you will see.
Now NFL, we finally got the walk up. I feel like the walk to the plane has become the runway for the NFL.
But this is, I thought about it like this. I said to myself, I said, yo, LeBron has 82 opportunities to showcase his fashion.
And you have 16 fits.
I only got 16. So I got to make them all bangers. I got to have somebody talking about it. And, you know, the rituals for the game, like, I'm telling you how I'm coming. Like, yo, wear black, I'm saying something. Then you got to have the cleats too. So now you got
you were the first in the cleat revolution too.
Yeah, for sure. So a lot of things is just all about expression. So I don't even really like talking closer to the game. Like, I'm just, you know, I'm about to rob a bank mentality. You know?
How impressed are you with Shaq's pajama pants today?
He likes my style because I'm just like him. I wear what I want.
Whatever. And that's all. If fashion not on you, it's in you.
You look good in this, but your man, that's my style right there. Your man is clean. Your man look like a lawyer.
You give everyone a nickname.
It's Peggy. His name is Peggy.
He looked like a slim Baron Davis. His name, BD. That's his name. That's my style right there. Like, you look good, you matching.
Yeah.
You dope. I couldn't get away with that. My man right there, that looks good.
You bring it out during All-Star Weekend though.
Yeah, I try to.
With the hats and everything. All right, we'll see the Cam Newton hat on your head at TNT one night.
Yes,
you gotta get him the size. But that don't dress like that, man. He said he was coming to Shaq.
Oh.
He was coming to Shaq. You know, folks wearing makeup, guys dressing up with pinstripe suits and double breast.
So yeah, man, I want to say thank you, brother. I appreciate you, and thank you for talking about the incident. You know, we're gonna learn from these things, and I want you to just think about when them kids disrespect you, putting their ass out, because I can tell you come from a strong family background. My mom and daddy ain't play that.
Yeah.
Talking to a grown up like that. So you just think about that, because that happened to me one time. I put that out. You ain't gonna be talking to me crazy, because I'm like you. I snap, but we hit a kid, we wrong. So you know what? You talking to me crazy, get your out my camp.
Yeah.
Think about that. And I love you, brother.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. Give it up for Cam Newton, everybody. It is now time for everyone's favorite segment, Dr. O'Neill Fan Advice. If you have a question you'd like to ask Dr. O'Neill, you can leave a question in the YouTube comments for the episode, or you can send it via AskDrO'Neill@gmail.com. It is for entertainment purposes only. If you follow the advice and it doesn't work, don't know what to tell you. This one comes from Kenya K. from Wisconsin. Dr. O'Neill, What's your advice for a woman who has raised all of her children as a single parent, and now that they're older, I'm ready to travel and explore the world? Should I go? I need advice.
The answer is yes. I commend you for doing a beautiful job, for doing both jobs. I know a lot of women do that, and hopefully your children are healthy and okay. But yes, reward yourself.
Just to ask a follow-up for Kenya K, should she try and have a how Stella got her groove back moment?
Well, you don't know how old Stella is. You don't know her situation. Well, we do know her situation, Kenya.
We know what happened with Stella.
Yeah,
she met a nice young Caribbean man and had the time of her life.
Did they get married? Did you
I
have
think
the
they
accident?
did at the end of the movie.
She should have fun. She should be safe and have fun and do what she likes.
Okay. I was going to ask if she should be a sugar mama, but
go ahead.
I feel like you would like. Okay.
Say it.
Should she become a sugar mama in her old age?
I say yes.
You do?
And I got a guy for her. He wears blue jeans and turquoise shorts, and he has waves. Yeah. And he looks like a dark-skinned Dominican.
All right, we do have...
And the street name is Frederico. Here he is. Come here, Frederico. Hey, Kenya, guys, come here, Frederico. Hey, Kenya, I got somebody.
Yeah.
Then I was like, well, what about Dwight Howard?
Who?
God, why would you say that? This interview is going so well.